YouTube, what's going on? We are back again with another Puti review. Now, this is going to be part one of a three-part series for the Halo TV show on Paramount Plus. And for this, we got two special guests that I invited personally because we all love Halo. We play it every Sunday together as a unit. PLATI boys or PLATI people now. You know what I'm saying?
People.
All right, so we got Mr. MWestBy, MWestBy, whatever you want to call him. West, Mr. West in the building. West, say hello to the people. And then you got Jovi 2 Joint, who's also my cousin.
Hi.
So it's weird calling him something that I'm not used to calling him, but we're not going to put governments out there in these streets. All right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in this part, we are going over the first 3 episodes since there's 9 episodes in the series. And if you guys do not follow these beautiful gentlemen or myself, and you run into this video, all the social medias and Twitch and all that good stuff will be down in the description below. Make sure you go check these brothers out. They are awesome content creators, awesome streamers, and just awesome people in general. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this started. We all were excited for Halo content because we're Halo fans. And when we saw this show, I hit them up and let them know, yo, we got to do something, right?
Yeah.
So now, Mr. Jovi 2 Joint. First episode, we'll start with here. Spoilers ahead if you have not watched the show, but we're trying to give you guys a reason to watch the show. All right. First episode, Jovi, what are some of your cons that you took from the first episode off rip? Oh,
Cons. You want to hear negatives off rip? Are you sure?
We got to start with the negatives and end it with love.
Right.
That's my motto. You know what I'm saying? We want to start with the bad, end with the good. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Bad. First thing I would say that's bad is a little bit of the CGI. I don't want to say all of the CGI because the CGI was honestly, some of it was good.
Yeah.
Like some of the scenes were actually believable, and like the cities they were building and stuff. But as far as like, I saw a scene where they threw the assault rifle on the floor, or the assault rifle hit the floor, and just like the shadows and the reflection, it looked terrible. It looked terrible. But yeah, I feel weird saying something negative about something that I love so much. So you go. All
right, Mr. M West, give me some of your negatives from this first episode, kind sir.
Well, it's somewhat to do with the CGI, right? But not how I thought things look. I think it looks really cool. My mind is blown from how it looks. But the scale of the Master Chief and the other Spartans, they don't look scaled to me. They look like normal humans. And from Halo, from what I understand, you know, they're 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall. And I want that shift when they're in battle or they're fighting against the brutes or the Covenant or whatever. And so I think that was a little off. But so far as that, like the vehicles, the armor, how the Master Chief looks, the glare, the glint, all that stuff looks cool. But yeah, that's my one issue, just the height disparity. I want them to look like these gigantic, you know, lab created superhuman Spartans. Make me believe it. This is what I've been waiting for. So yeah, that scaling is a little off right now.
So for me, my biggest issue, outside of the CGI issues that they had, which I get because it is still it's a television series. You're not gonna have the best CGI or the biggest budget or any of that, and it's on Paramount Plus, which to me isn't one of the premier apps for TV in general right now.
They didn't know it existed.
Right. What other shows do they have that we know about? I know they got a lot of Star Trek stuff, which I love Star Trek stuff, but nobody really, you know, you're not buying Paramount Plus for anything else. So you know, we're watching this. The CGI wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't like a super turn off. I think my biggest issue in the first episode was the reveal of Master Chief without a helmet off rip.
I agree 1000%.
That was the biggest pet peeve to me because it's like, I get you're gonna reveal it eventually, because it is a TV show and you got a story to tell. You got to figure certain things out. But the first episode, you're gonna give us
they instantly kill the mystery.
And it's just like, really, bro? Come on, man. Like, we've gone years without even seeing his face. It's okay that we're gonna see his face, but damn, the in the first 40 minutes of the you're gonna put that off. And I get why they did it, which is, I'm not mad at the reasoning for it. as far as how the episode goes, they try to humanize him, compare him, because in the beginning of the episode, they made the comparison of humans to Spartans, and they made them like Spartans are this and this and this, and humans aren't like that. We can't do certain things that they do.
Yeah.
They're not human at all,
Yeah.
Right.
And then at the end, he was just like, "But I am human. I can resonate with you. Like I feel you," kind of thing. So I get why they did it. I just feel like it was so quick. Like you didn't have to do it that quick. But outside of that, I was fine with the episode. The episode was pretty solid.
Yep.
I like the way they started it off with the action off rip.
Yep.
Where they were just getting it shaking, and I was just like, oh. And then
Do you know was anybody expecting how violent it was?
No, I wasn't, and that's what threw me off.
They blew somebody in half. The first death was somebody exploding in half or something like that.
And then I love how they changed the view.
We said cons.
No, we're switching over. We're switching over.
We're switching over.
Because like I said, outside of that, I had no more cons. Like that was really my biggest issue. I love when they switch. I love when they switch the view to like how it looks in the video game with the mask and all that stuff. Like they had. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
cool.
More of this. They had the sniper. They had the whole squad come in, and it's like, I freaking love this. So, what are some things you guys loved about the episode as well? We'll start with West and then go to Jovi right after.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of spoiled previously, but I love the armor, the fighting. When all the Spartans just dropped down, like he dropped down like how he would normally drop down from a pelican, hit the ground, did a front flip twist over the dude, and then shot whatever the thing was, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be lit. I mean, all the fighting, the storytelling so far in just episode 1, I've enjoyed. But I'm looking on Twitter and just getting mixed reviews, but I feel like they're doing a lot of fan service, and I'm getting a lot of what I like: the music, the feel, the vibes, everything. Everything's there. I feel like it's a good package for a TV show.
I agree. All right, Joey.
All thumbs up right
personally,
now.
Do you know the first scene where what's her name? What's her name? The Asian daughter of the general guy? Zan something. I forget her name. But she runs back to her little village, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts. Her dad sends her to go hide inside of that cubby, and then she's like looking through the little peephole, waiting for the elites to come busting through the front gate.
Yeah,
bro, that scene was so good to me when they come through the front gate, and the first thing you see is him holding an energy sword. I'm like, oh my god! Like I was not expecting any of it. I wasn't expecting the violence. I wasn't expecting like the fear that they felt for the Covenant. Like that was good. That was really good in my opinion.
It was super dope. I enjoyed the first episode. It made me want to keep watching because I was like, all right, I see where they're going with it. So let's see where they go with it. Where are they going to continue the story? How are they going to execute certain things? Is the CGI going to get any better? Kind of stuff. So let's keep it going. Second episode. It starts with in the black community, we call him Evil Dave Chappelle. His name is Bokeem. His character's name is what? Soren, 066 or whatever. He brings them to the I guess his home, right? That's where they land off rip. They land at his home, and he's like, yo, leave your armor there. So once again, Master Chief takes off everything, and you out here, baby. So now, second episode, Wes, we'll start with you. What are some of your cons from this second episode?
I don't know. I feel like I don't have really good cons for it, except for like more cosmetic type stuff. And again, Master Chief was this Spartan that you never got to see. You don't see his face. You heard he didn't have hair. He had a scar. He was pale. And, he's just, this dude with, 1-inch hair or whatever. And he takes off his suit and he has on a normal bodysuit. And Soren 066, his arm looks, like a messed up, I don't know, arm or whatever, but it's still his. And that's kind of weird. That kind of threw me off. Like, you guys could have gave that man a metal or robotic arm. Maybe it was easier just to put a latex arm. But that looked a little funny, but outside of the cosmetic stuff, nothing too crazy. The story is still progressing in episode 2, and I'm still interested at this point. Just some cosmetic things, kind of take you away or out of it a little bit.
Right, throw you
That's
off
it.
a little bit. Jovi, what
Yeah.
about you?
As far as cons are concerned, I'm trying to think really. I'm gonna say maybe some more of the aesthetic things, but I kind of liked it in this one actually, so I'm not gonna leave that as a con. I'm
Right.
not gonna do the CGI as a con in this one because I'm just gonna mention it. I know we're doing cons, but did anybody get like a Willy Wonka feel from this episode?
I
When
can see why. I can see why.
when they that traveling scene when he's going from that part 1 to part 8, you know what I'm talking about, when he
Yep.
goes home.
Yep.
That whole thing, that whole scene. But as far as cons are concerned, I can't really think of too many cons for this episode. I mean, I like I'm just thinking about stuff I like right now, bro. So
Right.
so you go ahead and take
So
it
for
over.
me, I
It's
think
hard. Cons are hard.
it is,
Cons are hard
but
for
that's
me.
why I'd rather get them out now so we could just discuss the episode in general.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a big con for me personally, but I know the biggest con that people did not like was the Cortana and how she looked in the episode, because we're used to her being blue the whole time type of stuff. So when she came up towards the end, I know a lot of people didn't really like Cortana. But I didn't really have much issue with this episode because I enjoyed the way the story was going, and it was something different than what we're used to. And I think a lot of people are having issue separating the games that we know and love to what the TV show is. I have no issue doing that, which is why I'm enjoying the series, because it's like, oh, it's something I know, but it's a different take on it. It's their own. They got their own little spin on it. It's just not what we're used to. We all played the games growing up. The whole Halo series, I think I freaking 100% of them as a kid. Like I love those things. You know what I'm saying? So separating them for me now as an adult, I guess, is a little bit easier. But there's people that they're having so much trouble separating the game from the show. So the show, I like where they're going with the whole artifact thing, him remembering stuff from his past. Every time he touches it, it's like a new memory gets unlocked in his brain. You know what I'm saying? So I am enjoying the story mostly. Granted, yeah, the little aesthetic stuff, some CGI here and there, it doesn't throw me off enough to make me not like the episode. You know what I'm saying? So Jovi, since you can only think of what you like, let me know what you like about episode 2, baby.
Episode 2 and 1 and in general, I like the actors. I like the people they've chosen for the positions. I like the guy they chose for Master Chief. I didn't want Master Chief to be revealed, but that guy they chose for him, I freaking like that actor. I like that guy as an actor. I'm pretty sure he was the same one that was in that movie with Ice Cube's son, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even remember if that's true or not, but I don't remember the name of that movie at the moment. But yeah, I like the acting choices. I think that they did a really good job with that from the doctor. You know what I mean? Like the doctor, that's kind of who I would picture her looking like. Like, I don't know, in my head. So and then I don't have a problem with Cortana either. Like Cortana, that's just their vision of her,
Like, it looks realistic. It looks realistic to what it would be in the real world. Like, if this was really happening, obviously it's not. We're not going from planet to planet fighting different species and races of aliens. But if it was realistic, it's like, yo, you're human-esque, she looks human-esque. What's the problem?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mind them telling the story they want to tell either, as long as they tell a good story. Like you were saying, like, switch it up, call it whatever timeline you want to call it, but just make it a good story. But yeah, one more positive I want to say is just the Soren's planet, or Soren's little hometown that he created for all the people that are not wanted anywhere else.
Right.
I like that place. I like the aesthetic of it. I like his home, how it's like a meteor, or like a I don't know, like a big rock that he lives in out in space. It's pretty cool. Yeah, go ahead. What do you guys like about it?
Mr. West.
What I like about it. So I'm filling up with rage because I enjoyed it so much. The doctor, right? So from all the Halo stuff, you hear the doctor and how she created the Spartans, right? And you don't think anything of it. But when I'm watching it, I'm like, I hate this bitch. This is a safe place, and I don't mean to disrespect her like that, but she got me
Right.
real mad. I'm watching
It's
her and
true.
watching how shady she is. She's all about herself. Master
Mhm.
Chief is supposed to be this advanced human, but he's being played by her like a puppet. You need to come home. You need to report into me. You need to do this. And this doctor is playing such a good character that I hate her. I'm watching her and I'm getting pissed off. Like all these Spartans got a, this little thing in their back and they got to say this or do that. And,
Yeah.
Master Chief is advanced. He's way smarter than this Dr. Ho. And she got me mad, man. But that I'm into
It's
it.
good
That
acting.
means that, yeah, it's
It
good
is
She's
good
doing her
acting.
job.
It is good acting. She's doing a great job.
Yeah, so I just want to point that out. Like, from the time it started to dealing with the doctor and learning more about her, it gets you immersed. It pulls you into the story. So now I'm angry at this character and I want to find out more and I want to see what's going to happen, how they're going to integrate Cortana. And I mean, it's evolving into something that I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, it's different from the video games, but it should be, right?
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to follow it one for one, but it's doing such a good job where it's giving me some fan service and then also telling me that this is an evil bitch over here and you need to whoop her ass.
Yeah,
Taking
yeah.
stuff from the other doctor, Dr. Miranda, who's figuring shit out. She's stealing her work and then putting it in the Spartans. And so it's like, yeah, I'm mad. And I like that. I like having feelings for the shows that I'm watching. So all in all, it's, 1 and 2 episodes. Again, thumbs up. And if you're not feeling it, you really need to give it a chance and be more open to it. So yeah, first 2 episodes, very solid.
Miranda's her daughter, right? The doctor's daughter. I like.
Which doctor?
Is Miranda is the blonde lady's daughter, right? Am I mistaken there
No,
or no?
Miranda's the other doctor. She's the artifact doctor.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then Catherine is the like the Spartan person. And so
But
they both
isn't
are competing.
isn't
Are they related?
Miranda Catherine's daughter?
Oh, I didn't pick that up. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I thought in my head from what I was watching was
Really?
that the general guy was her father, and then the doctor that's in charge of the Spartans. I'm really bad with names. I'm sorry. The doctor that's in charge of the Spartans. She's the mom, and then Miranda's the daughter. It's like
I'm cheating because I got all their names pulled up right next to me because I'm a slow
is it?
Yeah, no, me too. I got their names. I got their names pulled up, but I don't
Can you
see
confirm
that. I don't think so.
So
Let me see.
if anything, it looks like the admiral of the ship who's kind of telling the doctors what to do would
Right.
be more related to Miranda, and then Catherine, the Spartan doctor would just no relation at all and just a competing scientist.
Right.
So they don't look related, at least because the admiral looks like some type of Indian
Yeah.
descent, and then the daughter, Dr. Miranda, could be like a mix of the
She's like a light skinned
one of the other
mommy.
captains.
No, I'm just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
Can't say what I'm thinking.
you know
but
what I'm
she,
saying. You know what I'm
she looks real
saying.
right on
I
the
know what
show.
you're talking about.
Okay.
All right, so on to episode 3. Let me get your pros, your cons, everything. Whoever wants to start it off, you know what I'm saying. This one was more about the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana because she's now implanted into his body. Without he didn't make the choice. So go ahead, you guys. Let me know what you think about this episode, baby.
Wes, do you want to start or?
I'm a slow thinker, and I'm trying to think of a con for this episode, and I can't really think of
I got
anything.
something.
Okay, go.
I mean, I don't know if it's kind of a con, but like I guess it's part of the show as well. Like it's the point, but the fact that Halsey is controlling or manipulating this AI the way she is, and like, oh, okay, show him that you can that he can trust you. Show him that he can trust you, kind of deal. Like when he's cutting out the thing, and then she goes and reports it to Halsey, like, hey, he's about to take out his little
The chip.
that little chip from his spine. She tells him, oh, it's fine. Teach him how to do it. Help him out. Let him trust you and stuff. So that whole thing, I'm just like, like
encouraging him to break protocol.
Yeah. And the thing is like the AI is really, really, really smart, right? Like it knows everything from the galaxy.
Right.
So like, at what point is this AI gonna start changing on us? Like I don't know. This, like I said, it's probably part of the show. It's part of their plot but just that manipulation, bro, it's getting to me.
It feels like a secret agenda in the background, right?
Yeah.
All right, Wes, go ahead.
A con for this one would be I
Give
think
me,
Quan.
sorry, before you continue, just give me both. Cons, pros, whatever,
Okay.
whatever you guys felt about the episode.
All right, so my whole con here would be Quan. I guess they have to attach some type of person or something for Master Chief to care about. Except the bigger picture. I think telling such a detailed story about mankind being wiped out and then coming back again might be too much for TV or outside of their budget. So they kind of focus on this one small piece, which is Quan. I don't necessarily like that he's so focused on saving this rebel and doesn't want her to die. But like the doctor said, he's killed thousands of people without flinching an eye. So I think this is a little weird point, but maybe it's needed. But that'd probably be my only con. But what I did like about this episode was Cortana and her being put into his head. So Master Chief, you did some weird shit. We got to figure out what's going on with you, and the only way for us to get you back in is for us to put this robot in this artificial intelligence in your brain.
Yeah.
Cool. But what does that mean? And so once she gets in there, my mind starts going crazy as a man. Like, I don't know if Spartans have needs, if they want to have sex, or if that little thing in their back stops them. But I'm like, I can't pop one off now because this all-knowing, all-seeing AI is going to say, like, I'm jacking off 20 times instead of, being in combat, or I was late because I was, doing my thing in the bathroom, or, to pretend to be a girl for him. But it just feels like always having eyes on you, someone always reporting on you. It's crazy. And again, this was another time where I felt some type of emotional connection. So they're doing a good job at the storytelling, drawing you in and making you think like, how would I feel as a person, as a super soldier, this thing inside my head talking to me, popping out, introducing herself, and I can't control her at all, and it's making me upset. So it's drawing out real emotions and making me think about those things. So I mean, the Quan thing's a little weird, but again, maybe that's what they need to, like, the emotional connection. And everything else about this episode and the story and the inhibitor in his back and how Cortana's evolving and why she was introduced, that should make sense.
Yeah,
I got it. I understand. So you got the super soldier and you need to control him because he's making choices, combat choices, because he wants to.
Right.
And so that's cool to see. And now Cortana's there to control him. So another great episode in my opinion.
Joe, you got anything else you want to share before I go, or no?
Yeah. Does anybody else like Spartan Kai, which is like the blonde one that dyes her hair, that does that weird dye in her hair? Does anybody else like her character? I think her character is really cool and like very curious. Like, she was always keeping an eye on Chief, and I want to know what the story is there. Because when she saw him pull that thing out of his back, and then you saw her like sneaking on him in the bathroom and kind of like, oh, what's he up to? Why is he doing this? Like, she's very interested in what he's doing, and I want to see what her character ends up doing, or like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna say it. I haven't seen a couple episodes ahead, but I'm gonna say something big's gonna happen with her character because they're involving her so much in like his story and like the fact that she cares so much for him, for someone who's supposed to be like emotionless or whatever.
Right. So like that, I was gonna say, like, it seems like the Spartans are supposed to be like pretty much like robots. Like, do what we say. If you do anything otherwise, there's like Wes was saying, it makes sense why they put Cortana on him, because he broke the rules. What he did in the first episode is now coming back to haunt him, because he's like, yo, you shouldn't have done that. You're an idiot. So now you're on timeout. You're on pop out pretty much. And that's what Cortana is for him. You know what I mean? But him taking out that chip and her kind of encouraging him, like, yo, you'll be fine. Pretty much encouraging him to keep breaking the rules, right? So it's like, keep breaking the rules, but which way are they gonna go with it? Are they gonna make him more free in that sense, or are they gonna give him more stuff with Cortana in his brain, where she's gonna start controlling him to a different level? You know what I mean? I kind of want to see what they do with it. Plus, I feel like every episode they keep unlocking more memories and different things with his character. And so far, man, the series is just overall dope. I'm really enjoying the way the directors and the writers are taking the story, where it's different, but they're putting, like, I know Wes mentioned, they're putting like fan service stuff that we like from the actual game into, at least visually, into the story itself. They don't have to do that. They could have done the most random stuff,
Yeah.
but they're putting the aspects that we like as fans of the game into the show, and it's just awesome to see. So now,
Yeah.
without any further ado, all right,
Wait. Further ado. I got something. Hold on.
you got something. Go ahead. Go.
No, the vehicles and the weapons, like you were just saying.
Oh, spot
every
on.
time I see a pelican, every time I see a warthog,
Yeah.
I get
It's
so
beautiful.
excited. I'm like,
It's
yo,
beautiful.
that's it. That's
Like,
it's
oh, that's what
Halo.
that's what it would look like. If we're like, it's crazy
It's
how they're
really
bringing
good.
all those aspects into it.
It's
It's
really
so
good.
dope.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Without further ado, I know this is your guys' first time doing a Puti review. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a while. I've had Lou on, so this is your first time. So out of 10, first 3 episodes of this series, what are your Puti Fritos ratings out of 10 right now? Wes, you could go first. Joe, you could go right after. Go ahead.
Can I curse on this?
Oh, 100%, man.
I give it an 8. Don't fuck it up, Paramount.
Ooh!
That's all I'm saying. Like you're doing good. Halo's everywhere. The game is, doing okay. The show's doing great. I'm giving it an 8. I think it could go up from here. It's only going to get better. I just don't want them to mess it up. And I'm intrigued, and I can't wait to see where this is going to go. Keep bringing out these episodes. Keep up with the good writing, and I'm excited for it right now. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 Puti Fritos from MWest. Jovi, what is your
I'm
ranking,
gonna
sir?
be really close to that. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 Puti Fritos. Me personally, there's a couple things that I want them to adjust, especially if they're going to continue doing this like on a regular season to season base.
Yep.
Like I feel like they can improve massively. Just listen to the fans, listen to, not always obviously, but listen to what we like, listen to what we don't like from this first season after you're done with it, because they're already done filming it, right?
Right.
And then and just keep improving on it from there. As long as the budget allows it, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. I'm having a great time with this show so far. So 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10 Puti Fritos from Jovi to join. And for me, I'm in the middle. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10 Puti Fritos. I thoroughly enjoyed the 3 episodes. I can't wait to watch the next 3 and do part 2 of this series. So that'll be it for us, you guys. YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't yet, make sure to like, subscribe, share the channel, share the video, do all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And you know the vibes. We out of here. Hey, yeah.